What's up everybody, Jason from Jason's Exotic Reptiles. I'm back at you again with another video. If you haven't guessed it, today's video is on corn snakes. I've been getting so many requests to do an update on my corn snakes, and I don't have a ton of them, so it's not like I'm gonna show you a whole bunch of cool, crazy stuff. I do have stuff that I purchased because I personally like it. It's just my small projects. It's whether I breed them or not, I don't care. They're low space, they're easy to keep, cheap to keep, and I like them. So let's show them off. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is my corn snake Chester with the Boston accent. It's Chester, and he is so cool. He's a little antheristic corn snake. I think he's antheristic. I'll probably never breed him. I bought him at Petco. I always wanted a corn snake. It was labeled as fancy. It's either antheristic or ghost. Because I don't know his full genetics, I will really probably not breed him because I need to know what I'm breeding if I'm going to sell the animals. But I saw him and I loved him. When I was younger, when I was getting my first snake, one of the first books I got was a corn snake book, and those are the snakes that I was looking into. The antheristic is what really caught my attention. For some reason, that antheristic corn snake in the book, I loved the idea of an antheristic animal. At the time, there really wasn't any place to buy these animals, so I somewhat gave up on the idea of getting an antheristic animal. I'm gonna get off you so we can focus in on this guy, and I'll just keep talking. And it's just, when I saw him, I said I need to get him. I think he was like $50 at a Petco. He was marked down 50% off, and I just had to get him. He was super cool. I sexed him, and I'm like, this is a male. It's going to be little Chester the molester, and there he is. He's probably not going to be a future breeder, but he has all the names and stuff for it. What I like about corn snakes is they are super hardy animals, and they're just so cool. I mean, I always saw them as like an unmanly snake. Don't get a corn snake for the longest time. And then somebody gave me a corn snake as a rescue. They couldn't take care of it anymore. I brought it in and I started to mess with the thing, and like, this is actually a pretty cool snake. Even though they go to the bathroom everywhere, all over the cage, like 5 times a day. It's insane how much these animals will poop everywhere and make such a mess of their cage. But and it smells terrible. It's totally different than like pythons and boas. But it's just such a cool snake. I really like it. When you get them a little agitated, they'll rattle their tail like a rattlesnake. They're super hardy. I mean, I keep these guys with no heat on my bottom rack, which is, I mean, my room is pretty hot anyways. It's always 78 degrees or so. So I keep these guys pretty cool, and once the summer comes, I might kick their heat on. But in the wintertime, that's where they're from. North America. They're acclimated to colder climates, and actually it probably helps them breed. I haven't had any breedable ones yet. I've bred plenty of corn snakes in the past. Unfortunately, in my move, my females died and my male breeder died, so literally all my corn snakes died. It kind of hit me pretty hard, except for this guy, so I decided to buy some new ones. So without all that said, I'm going to go pull out a couple of my newer morphs that I'm raising up. I'm raising them slowish. I'm not really pounding them with food like you probably could, but I think it's a cool little animal. So this is Chester. I'm going to pull out a couple more. We are back, and this is Geppetto. I liked his name. He had these cool little eyes. I'm like, his name's Geppetto for sure. So I'm going to get off camera so you can check him out. He is a scaleless corn snake, and super cool animal. The patterns and colors on this guy are just ridiculous. I wanted a scaleless corn snake, and I said I'm going to get him. I saw him at a pet store. He wasn't too bad. It's cool because their bellies do have scales, so I thought that was pretty unique in its own sense. The bellies have scales, their head have little scales, they have some around their mouth. So far, so good. He's about, I'm gonna say, a year old, since it's been about a year since I got him, so maybe a little bit over a year. And just awesome animal, super hardy. He does not like people at all. He's always so cranky, but I love him. He's really a cool animal. I'm gonna pull out a couple more. My camera died, had to replace the battery, but we're back again. This is a little Salmonella. So this is, I love her little name. I named her that. This is a scaleless Motley corn snake. So similar to Geppetto, this is little Salmonella. She is super cool. Get out of the camera so you can take a look at her. See if we can get this thing to focus. There we go. So again, she has belly scales, which is really cool. I actually got her from Brian Barczyk in a trade, which I was pretty excited about. I mean, I like Brian. People will will give me crap for that, and people will give Brian a lot of crap, but I do think Brian's a really nice guy, and he's done a lot of cool stuff for the hobby in general. So, you know, I think this is my cool pickup from him. I traded him for a Burmese python, really, really pretty Burmese python. So I hope that girl's doing well. So I traded him for the Burm, got little scaleless Motley. Super cool. I actually think I did an unboxing video on this girl, so you can kind of see the progress if you go back and check that out. It's an unboxing video. You can see her growth. Again, I don't pound my snakes with food. I just grow them reasonably, and she gets a mouse once a week, and every once in a while I'll skip a week. So that's her growth. She's a cool little girl. I'll go pull out a couple more. I haven't named these ones yet, so feel free to give me some names. I like some funky ones, as you can tell. We have Chester. I had a Rupert. I was going to name Rupert, but I already had a Rupert, so there's no Ruperts. Rupert was my alligator when I shouldn't have had an alligator, so no more alligators, no more Rupert. Had to put him to a good home. And yeah, let me know some names as you guys see these ones. Here is another one. This is a female snow. Super cool snake. I really like snows. I had a couple snows that were my breeders, and they died, so I saw this girl and thought I'd pick her up. Not the most expensive morphs. All these snakes will, with the exception of the scaleless ones, most corn snakes are in the $50 to $100 range. I think they make fantastic first pets. So that's kind of, I stick with animals that I believe in. I don't want to just breed because I breed. I feel really, if anybody asks me what's a good first pet snake, first question, first thing that comes to mind is either a corn snake or a boa constrictor, or a boa imperator, or whatever type of boa species you want. It's usually a corn snake or a boa. Boas, in my opinion, all the care is the same. So then I'll ask them how much space they have and what their long-term expectations are. If it's for a little kid, I still may recommend a boa. It just is long-term expectations. Again, are they going to be able to have a 4-foot enclosure? Can they keep the heat and humidity right? Or do they want just something that's super low maintenance? Corn snakes are that, super low maintenance. I'm pushing them, I'm promoting them. I don't breed any right now. I don't have any babies for sale, but it's something that I certainly hope to continue to have some in the future. I will say breeding corn snakes, the only downside to that is your typical setup for boas is not going to work. I mean, they're tiny little things. You're going to end up losing them all in the room, as I have at one point. So I would say just if you are going to breed corn snakes, you need to have a separate setup, or colubras in general, any of those smaller snakes, separate setup from boas. And they're super easy to breed. It is cool. They double clutch, which means that they will lay eggs. You can put them back with the male, and they'll lay more eggs again, all in the same season. It's totally normal for these guys. It's healthy. It's fine. They're not gonna be, you know, taking a hit like boas would if you tried to do that. They're very similar to almost like monitors, monitor lizards. When I was breeding water monitors, I would get 3-4 clutches a year. I should say you could get 3-4 clutches a year. So it's pretty cool animal. So this is my snow. Let me show you some of the others. This is a female Teserra, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. People get on my case for not knowing my morphs. I admit every video that I don't know my morphs, or almost every video. Anytime I'm talking about morphs, I usually tell you guys I don't know my morphs. The only downside I will say about corn snakes is they can be a little wiry as babies. Once they become adults, they're usually pretty cool, but the nice thing is they're also small and fairly manageable. One thing I will say on my last note is, if I recommend it to a kid, is little kids tend to squeeze things too hard. So you need to be careful with giving a little kid a little corn snake. They could easily squeeze it and hurt the animal. So just be careful. Watch your kids. Supervise them if you are going to get them a corn snake. I think they're awesome. And what's cool about them is, if you truly just want a pet snake, they come in all different colors and morphs and patterns. And I'm going to get out so you can see this girl again. I mean, what a beautiful animal. I got one coming up next. It's this one in an albino version. I won't show off everything I have today, but this is almost it. And yeah, I mean, just a really pretty snake, and they're super hardy, easy to care for. They just such low maintenance, especially as, younger families or families in general that have younger kids. You want to be able to go away on weekends, go away on vacations. I mean, corn snakes are so sustainable. You can put them in the cage, and I don't recommend it, but you could probably leave them for 2 weeks to a month and not have any issues. Don't do that. You always want to at least be in there once a week, in my opinion, more often if you can, just to change their water, clean their cage, spot clean, things like that. But such easy, simple animals to work with. So let me go pull out one more. We'll close the video from there. Last one I'm going to show off today is an Amelistic Teserra. Again, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. It's not my goal in life to be a morph expert, as I know some of you guys are. I have to make a whole video on that. But yeah, really, really cool snake. This one, for some reason, also has a special place in my heart. I saw her, and I always wanted an Amel albino corn snake, and I really liked this stripe. That I think they call it Teserra stripe. Again, the corn snake people out there, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I apologize. But I saw this animal. I actually bought a few of them, 4 of them at once from the same person, Harrison Wonderland in Connecticut. I thought he was cool. He didn't produce them himself. He probably purchased them at wholesale and then was selling them to me, but I didn't care. I thought it was important to support local businesses. His shop was pretty cool, and I'm like, I'm gonna grab it, and I think that's how the world works. If we all support each other, we'll be in a much better shape. So this is my Amel Teserra. I think she's het for other stuff. I'd have to check her label. She's probably het for anathoristic and things like that. I just really liked this girl. She's such a cool animal. You know, they got those red eyes. It's almost like a candy corn. Really cool looking animal. I mean, that's as candy corn as you're gonna get. If we could get boa morphs with these colors, that'd be really cool. But all that said, you know, corn snakes, again, you're not going to become a billionaire breeding corn snakes, keeping corn snakes, but they are super low maintenance. It's something that I enjoy, and because I'm already set up with so many animals, it doesn't take me much to have a couple corn snakes. I do have some other colubrids that are a little bit more high-end, and kind of keeping those secret until it's time to let the world know I have them. They're totally legal and all that stuff. They're just kind of special to me, and it's my little side project that I don't really like to announce to everybody yet. So these are my corn snakes. I need to get more, so if you are out there and you have corn snakes, I do like, you know, strong genetics. So I know that I think that's the palmetto ones that have the bug eyes. Although I like them, I just really don't like the concept of breeding an animal with bug eyes. So, but if you do have corn snakes and you're looking to sell them and they're, I'll call somewhat high-end, you know, I don't really want to be keeping normal corn snakes. I've had normal corn snakes in the past, but because it is somewhat of a business, I still have cages, and those cages still cost me money, time, space, all this other stuff to keep. So if you have something, message me. Shoot me a message on Instagram, Facebook. I am looking to pick up more corn snakes. I'm not looking to start a corn snake breeding operation, but I'm looking for maybe 4 or 5 more key pickups. So shoot me a message. Let me know what you have. I might buy them from you. So go from there. So until next week, I did want to give you guys a corn snake update, and I should stop saying until next week. My videos are never weekly, but until next time, I appreciate all the watches and the likes and subscribes. If you haven't, hit that bell notification. I try to say that in every video. Leave me a comment. Those comments, even if it's just a thumbs up in the comments, really helps promote the videos and share them and grow this channel. So again, until next week, I appreciate you guys. We'll zoom out, give you one last look on this girl, and go from there. Thank you all for watching.